I don't know this music. This isn't on my format.
Well, it looks like newcomer Daniel Fate has a chip on his shoulder.
Well, Daniel Fate making his way out to the ring. Daniel Fate, who turned his back on his fellow trainee, his fellow rookie, Rob Banks, earlier in the night. Why is he out here?
Well, you know as well as I do, there are no friends in professional wrestling, only enemies. Also, Daniel Fate, I think he's got something to say.
You screwed Rob.
Yeah, I screwed Rob Banks. That wasn't my match. I wasn't here to put over the Mega Powers. You all want to stand here and cheer for the Mega Powers, how fucking good they are? It's all about G-Force. It's G-Force. Every single fucking one of you little monkeys is here to see fucking G-Spot come back and wrestle. That's it. Now, I'm gonna go with G-Force. That's it. G-Force is the best thing happening, so I'm gonna join up with him.
You sellout motherfucker!
Come on. Now, to show G-Force that I can do it, any of you little bitches in the back want to come out here and try me? Let's go. Not one of you motherfuckers has the balls to get out here. It's about damn
Is that
time,
an
you
open
bitch.
challenge, Alex Morrow?
It sure is, and I cannot blame Daniel Fate. G-Force is where it's at. They are clearly the most elite faction in the history of the Total Wrestling Federation, but I just don't think Daniel Fate, I think he's biting off more than he can chew here. I don't think that just beating someone from the back is going to get him into G-Force.
Oh, and look who's out here to answer the challenge. Rob Banks, who basically got left high and dry earlier for a beating by Daniel Fate. What goes around comes around, you Slim Shady wannabe.
Obviously, both of these men have a lot to prove.
What the hell are you doing? G-Force?
Yes, G-Force.
This is ridiculous, dude. Come on. All the training and everything that we did, what the hell?
What the hell? They're fucking better than you.
Oh, look at the cheap shot by Daniel Fate, and I think that starts this thing. We've got ourselves an impromptu matchup, roll-up, Schoolboy, only 2.
Wow, if Daniel Fate had been able to win it that quick, maybe he would deserve a spot in G-Force, but it's not to be.
It's not to be. Well, Rob Banks, as I mentioned earlier at Revengeance, oh, nice side effect by Daniel Fate. Rob Banks, former champion long jumper, high jumper, brings a lot of athletic credentials, but Daniel Fate brings a chip on his shoulder the size of this theater. Boot to the stomach. Rob Banks now in definite trouble early. Oh, DDT, and now wrapping the legs around, kind of a version of an anaconda vice.
Daniel Fate clearly has the advantage early on, but you can't ride out an athlete like Rob Banks, and he's clearly the bigger, stronger man. Veteran move, by the way.
Yeah, definitely. Instead of spending the energy to get out of it, he just gets to the ropes. Commissioner Terra makes him break the hold. Rob Banks is pissed. Here comes the second wind. Here comes what Daniel Fate so rightfully deserves, playing Ass Kiss Rodeo with G-Force. Oh, into the buckles. Oh, but he stuck a foot up, and Rob Banks was counting his chickens before they hatched, Alex.
His abdominal muscles will be feeling that in the morning.
Oh, stiff right hands to the face now. That's the third one, I think, or a fourth. And one more time, and down he goes like a giant redwood tree.
Both of these young men doing their trainer Landon Ramos proud at this time.
Oh yeah, well, both guys learned the basics of this business from Landon Ramos. However, as you can tell by their attitudes, they've gone in completely different directions. Oh, what a slap.
You don't want to argue with the power of a man like Rob Banks.
Oh, and Rob Banks is pissed. Oh! Oh!
series of stiff slaps.
Oh, man, that was crazy. And now Rob Banks, some shots to the jaw. Oh, runs 250 pounds into him. Oh, but takes a knee in the stomach. Oh, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat crossbody, able to floor the much bigger opponent, but only a 2 count. Daniel Fate showing us a thing or two. Yeah, those were slaps. Those were stiff-ass slaps. Rob Banks now going for something. Oh, flattened him. That could be it, Alex.
Rob Banks looks like lights are out.
Oh, the lights might have been out for a second, but not for 3 seconds. Oh, dumped on his skull.
You've got to respect the determination showed by Rob Banks in this match.
Yep, definitely so. Rob Banks showing some resilience, some shots to the skull a second ago. Shoots him in now. Oh, and floors him with a vicious, massive lariat.
Now, if Rob Banks were smart, he'd go for a cover right now.
Yeah, he probably would, but I think he wants to inflict some punishment on this Daniel Fate. Oh, wait a second, I've seen him practice this. Oh, man.
Devastating.
That was absolutely insane. And this thing is over. Rob Banks gets a measure of revenge on Daniel Fate.
Rob Banks gains bragging rights, and I don't think Daniel Fate is going to get into G-Force this way.
Well, Alex Morrow, are you impressed with the effort and the athleticism displayed by Rob Banks here tonight?
I certainly am, Jacoby. If he would just show a bit more of a mean streak, maybe a little more self-centered attitude, he could be a real star.
Well, watch this one more time, ladies and gentlemen. Watch the pure power. Boom! Runs him over like a runaway freight train. Oh, and then cracks him in half like a goddamn nutcracker.
Kind of reminds me of another young star named Scorpion.
Oh, the references already. You saw some replays. Nice matchup by both guys. And Daniel